In this module, we're going to talk about the different economic systems. So the purpose of economic system is to collect the saving in the economy and to allocate the resource to different individuals or organizations that requires additional resource either for consumption or for production. And the purpose is to maximize the overall social benefits. So in modern human history, there are two types of economic systems. The first one is called command economy or plan economy. So in the typical command economy, the production and allocation decisions are made by the central planning authority. So the theory of plan economy is that the planning authority would have all necessary information about production and also consumption nationally. So they will make the decision centrally to help balance the allocation of resource. And several countries trialed the theory of command economy mostly in the 20th century, including Soviet Union, China, Cuba, North Korea, and many other socialism countries. And the result of the trial were not very successful because I think there are several issues in the command economy. The first of all, the information collection is so difficult, which makes it almost impossible. Because to make perfect command economy, the planning authority need really to collect the information about every individual and every organization, which in old days, without the modern technology, it was difficult. And even today, with the assistance of computer and a better information technology, it is still, I think, very expensive and very difficult to implement. And also in terms of allocation of resource, that is a large-scale optimization problem. And the complexity of the problem itself is beyond the capacity of any modern computers that we can think of. So not to mention like 40 or 50 years ago, when there was not such a sophisticated system or computer to assist the decision making. And there are many kind of other human nature or human kind of the typical issues involved in the system, making it not so successful. So that's the command economy. On the opposite hand, we have market economy. So the philosophy or the idea behind market economy is a bit different from command economy. So here there's no central planning agency authority. Instead, we rely on the decision making of individual and organizations. So we believe those individual and organizations will make the best decision themselves. So they will make use of the signals, mostly the pricing signals in the market. So if there is a mismatch between supply and demand, if a particular commodity or a product is in very high demand and the current production cannot keep up, and those organizations who have the capacity to produce this particular product will all kind of start producing. So therefore, their decision will help kind of balance the supply and demand. And meanwhile, if the supply is way higher than the demand, and the price of the product will start to drop and start to decline. And the organizations who produce these products will see that their profit margin start to become thinner and thinner. So they start to produce other things, which also will help offset the mismatch. But the market economy is also not perfect, because we know from what we see in the 20th century and also this century is that the market economy can also produce recession and in sometimes depression and the financial crisis. So nowadays, I think the government and central banks of all major economies we can think of, they rely on a kind of combination of plan economy and a market economy to help optimize the production and allocation of resource.